Right now in the Tales from Elsewhere Discord, there is a community spotlight being shined on smaller RPGs and their communities and going over how they handle death, failure, and dying in their systems. In Dice Mice, when you die as a mouse, you die on your feet. There is no unconscious, there's no just wait around for my turn and I just make a death saving throw and then move on. We think that that's kind of boring, so mice die on their feet. That means that when you get to 0 hit points, and we do use hit points like an older style of D&D, we do not use wounds or anything like that, you will make a mortality check. As one of the most common ways to make a mortality check is below 0 hit points. You roll, you add your constitution modifier. In our example here, that is 2, and you subtract the amount of damage you took below 0. The character had 4 health remaining. They took 8 points of damage, so they're at -4, so they took 4 damage at 0. And then they roll that 1d20 -2, and they go to this chart that you can see on screen for what is going to happen to them. And they might have a certain amount of time before they die. They might die instantly. They might have 1 round to go out in a blaze of glory, or they may just be sort of dazed and recover from it fairly well. And you will keep track of that negative hit points. If you do get hit again and you're at -4, you get hit for another 8, that means that now you're making that mortality check, 1d20 plus your con mod of 2, and now -12. So a d20 -10 means you're pretty likely to get one of those really nasty results. And in this system, there are no clerics. There are no people that can just toss out healing. These mice heal by potions, which have their own drawbacks, or they heal with time. As you can see, if the Stuart was able to get a 6 on this table, even if they do get magical healing, so they do not actually die, they've got 2 weeks worth of bed rest in order to recover from it properly. So you drink a potion, maybe you'll be okay. Well, if you drink 1 potion, yes. If you drink 2 potions, that's the second most common way that mortality gets rolled. And if you drink 2 potions, they mix chaotically in your body, and they might cause you to take a bunch of damage. They might cause you to die instantly. You might explode when you have 2 pieces of chaotic magic mixing within your belly. And that might be just as bad as if you didn't drink a potion at all. So drinking potions is very useful, very helpful, but is not going to be a panacea for all possible ailments that come your way. And you might say, well, I've been playing this character and I die and now that's my only character. Well, no, in this game, you're always playing a stable of characters. And one of the basic rules is if you go out on an adventure, you have at least 2, oftentimes more, 3 or 4 backup characters waiting in the wings to be able to jump in at the end of the scene if a character is killed or incapacitated. So even if Stuart is able to recover, they will go to 0 hit points. They will not be able to take any actions, but they're no longer at risk at dying, and they will likely be retired, and that player will be able to bring in one of their other characters to play. And you might say, well, I want to not just die, I want to have something happen. Especially if I'm playing a higher level character, I want to be able to survive. I'm invested in them. I want to see what happens next. And there is something for that. If your character reaches level 4, they become a heroic mouse, and heroic mice, when they go down, they go through the exact same process, but if they get the result of they die, they can remove themselves from the scene if they so choose and say that they got a heroic injury as long as their body is recoverable. If they get glooped and taken off into the sunset, well, no, your body was not recoverable, but if they just take a powerful blow to the chest and they are there and the rest of the mice emerge victorious, they can say, I have taken a heroic injury, and they will attempt to work to recover from that heroic injury, and they work with their DM to see how severe that injury is going to be. And if they take another death while they are attempting to recover from their heroic injury, they do die, and their legend will live on by passing the torch to one of their other family members. They will pass a cherished item from that character to a family member, to a new exemplar that is the little brother, and there will be a story that will be built into the little brother catching up to the ideals of the big brother. And once they attain the glory that the older brother had, right? You have Stuart's little brother, when they make it to level 4 and they are now the same level as big brother, their torch will change. It will become a magic item, or the magic item that the torch was designated at will become stronger, and we will sort of carry on their legacy as a new character, but the original character is unfortunately still dead.